Hello. How is everybody today, huh? On this Wednesday, I'm about to record the Gianni show. I thought I would go live and let you listen in. I'm going solo today. Grant's at the office filming more Cardone University content. So, as usual, he can count on me to have his back. We divide and conquer through these times. What are you guys doing to get through these times? Good morning, Janice. How are you? So I'm about to log on. We're going to do the Gianni show. And then, of course, if you want to catch it, you can go to the YouTube channel, YouTube Grant Cardone or Elena Cardone. It will be in both locations. If you want to see this Gianni show after the fact, that's where it will be. Okay, so you guys, Rock is on. Rock is my awesome support system, my team. She's my executive assistant. So she's on here so she can write you if you have questions at any time during this. I'm sorry I won't be able to read the comments while I'm doing the Gianni show. I'm going to be looking at my computer here where we're going to be filming it. So it's going to be short today, just short and sweet. How are you? Still this beautiful. Of course, that one catches my eye. Thank you so much. Well, I did my hair and my makeup today and put on a dress. First time, I think, in 6 weeks. Feels good, though. Thanks for noticing. I think I speak for all women when I say we do appreciate when you notice. Thank you. All right, let me find Gianni here and see if we can go live. Today's topic, I want to talk about relationships coping with quarantine. Think that's a good topic? Right? Yes, if you think it's a good topic. Or are y'all just doing fine? You're doing great? I'm hearing mixed reviews, honestly. Some couples I know have really enjoyed the time together. I know personally I have. It's been really good to spend time with my children, to get to bond. Grant, of course, you know, we're getting to spend more time and it's been really nice. Some other people, Rock told me that she has a friend, they're getting a divorce. I said that in week 1, by the way. I'm just waiting for Gianni to get on. I said that in week 1. I said, do not make that kind, Gianni, I'm waiting for you. Do not make that kind of decision. Wait until the aftermath. Do not make those heavy decisions right now during quarantine time. But somebody didn't see the episode. They're getting a divorce. That breaks my heart. But hey, you know, sometimes things aren't really meant to be with people. Sometimes they just can't figure it out. I think it's rare, but I do agree that could be the case sometime. Okay, Johnny was here. And now he left me. There he is. He's running back to me. I don't like when men leave me, Gianni. Johnny's back.
I got you recording, so whenever you want to go.
Okay. Oh, thanks, Gianni. You're on my live. That's Gianni, the camera guy. Always helping me out. Always helping me with my 10X Ladies Zoom calls, which is tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do my free Zoom call for all the 10X ladies. Rock will put it in the feed here. You go to 10xladies.com/network, and then you will be emailed the Zoom, and we will all talk tonight. Really group of powerful women. We're navigating these uncharted territories together and determined to come out stronger, bigger, badder, more unstoppable on the other side. So if you want to join that, that's free. And that'll be tonight at 6 Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Janice. Hello, Elizabeth. Okay, so I got the word that Gianni is recording. So I'm going to neglect you guys for a moment. Can you share Instagram stories? I don't think you can. But if you can, I would love it if you did. But if not, no worries. Rock is saying, Bay don't play, build an empire. That's my new little slogan. We have these morning meetings, virtual meetings with the whole Cardone Enterprises, Cardone Capital, the whole team every morning, and every department has their slogan or what they say, and 10X ladies had nothing. Well, today we changed that. On the morning meeting, when they say any announcements from 10X ladies, and Rock takes the floor and says how much we're dominating the world and the universe. Before she gets to that, they say any announcements from 10X ladies, and Rock says, and everyone in the team says, 10X ladies, Bay don't play. Bay don't play. I'm still working it out. I'm trying to get the snap, the attitude with it. So y'all let me know if y'all like that. You can be honest. I thought it was fun, to have all the guys be like, Bay don't play. Anyway, I'm going to get into the episode now of the Gianni show. So I'm going to ignore you for a bit. Love you guys, and after I'm done, I'll come back and talk to you and maybe take a couple callers and we can see each other. Hug it out. Virtual hug it out. All right. Here we go. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Gianni Show. We bring it to you every Wednesday, the business of marriage. We're not perfect, but we figured it out. We figured out enough and have enough of a good thing to bring it to you in hopes to help you and your relationship and your business thrive at any time. So thanks for joining me today on the Gianni Show. Grant Cardone is not here with me today. However, he's at the office loading and shooting more amazing content for Cardone University. And if you haven't already checked that out, you should check out Cardone University. Really helping a lot of people, a lot of folks out during this time are turning to Cardone University to figure out what to do with their business, how to keep it afloat, how to keep it thriving, how to keep it flourishing. So Grant is down in the studio bringing you more content that's very applicable for these times. And so, of course, Grant Cardone can depend on me to bring it to you today. And it's actually my honor, and thank you for being here today with me. I thought it was very pertinent to talk about relationships coping with quarantine. Relationships coping with quarantine. I've heard mixed reviews. I've heard some people are saying they are really enjoying the time with their family, with their spouses. They get to do activities together like working out or making breakfast, and they're really enjoying the bonding time. It's been great for them. Hopefully that's the case for you too. Unfortunately, I'm hearing mixed reviews. Scarlett told me one of her friends' parents are getting a divorce. That was upsetting, of course. And I've heard it from a few other friends now that they are as well. So, and I said on the Gianni show, week 1, do not make any major decisions like that when it comes to your relationship. Wait, just get through this period. But they did not adhere to that piece of advice. So I know that it's not easy for everyone, and so I wanted to address the people that might be struggling with this issue of relationships coping during quarantine. And I know it's a big adjustment, and how do you get through it? Sometimes I feel in the relationship that two people can forget that the foundation of the relationship is really friendship. Of course, that's not the ultimate goal in a relationship, to be friends. No, you don't want to be friends with your partner or your spouse. Of course, you want to be husband, wife, you want to be whatever. However, take it back to, again, what I'm saying, the foundation. If you want to be a better wife, a better husband, a better partner, you do have to make sure the friend foundation is there first. And sometimes, maybe the more complacent we get or the more comfortable we get with each other, we forget in relationships how to really just be a friend. Sometimes you just need to walk it back a little and be a friend to each other. So I came across the definition of a true friend. I just Googled this, but I liked it and I've been using it frequently. So I'll read to you what I read, what a true friend is. A true friend is a friend when it's convenient and when it is not. They stand by you consistently, both when you are present, meaning when you are there, and when you are not. Meaning when you're not there, they're still standing by you. Whether they like you, they're in an argument with you, they don't like you, they're still on your side when you're not present. Meaning no one gets to talk badly about you about the spouse. That includes your best friends, your family, no one. A true friend will stand by you consistently, both when you are present and when you are not. They're authentic and honest with you. True friends aren't phony with you. They show you who they really are. So I want those people that are having issues right now with their spouse to ask themselves, are you being a true friend to your partner? And what are some of the attributes of a true friend? Well, in the definition it said honesty. Certainly it would encompass loyalty, respect, trustworthiness, dependability would certainly go into that category. So if you want your partner to be a true friend to you, are you being a true friend to your partner? And how can you start looking at ways of becoming a true friend and actually changing the way that you are currently operating? Which my guess is, and I might only know this because I've been married for 15 years, is that you might be doing another little song and dance game where you're making each other wrong, pointing out all of the flaws, being irritated with each other. That could be the case. If that's the case, and you really care and respect your partner, I want to ask you during this time of boredom, who doesn't get in trouble during times of boredom? The game no longer becomes fighting the world and all the competition and the enemies of the world. It becomes about a new game. Attack your partner, because that's fun, because I'd rather do that than be bored. But let's find another way to occupy your time so you're not bored, so you're not attacking your spouse, especially right now. I also looked up and defined what Google, my source of information apparently these days, said about a real friend. And a real friend, some of the attributes are they don't judge. They don't judge you. So think about this. Are you better friends with the friends in your life than you are friends with the number one person in your life? Are you being a little too judgmental with the friends in your life right now? With your partner, are you being a little too judgmental? How do you take responsibility for that? How do you stop it now? How do you make firm the wins and ignore the losses at a time like this in your partner? How do you do that? Are you a big enough person to do that? Can you make a decision to be a big enough person to do that? Listen to that one more time. Make firm the wins and ignore the losses. I do this with my kids all the time. Let me tell you what I do with my kids so you get a better example of what I'm trying to tell you here. Sometimes my kids are fighting, okay? And they're really trying to attack and destroy each other. It's not optimum behavior. I would have two choices at that moment. I could say, you guys are always fighting. You're no good. When are you ever gonna, be these obedient children that so-and-so has? That would be extremely damaging to do. Would you agree? That would not be ignoring the losses. How could you make firm the wins even in a time like that? Well, and I'm not always perfect at this, but I tell you, this works for me 95% of the time. The kids will be attacking each other. And because I know this one datum, make firm the wins and ignore the losses, they'll be fighting each other. And I will interrupt. They don't have to stop fighting, but I interject and I say, excuse me, ladies, do you want to know the one thing that I admire the most out of you both? It's that you are so intelligent. You're so amazing as kids. And I understand that kids are going to fight, and have at it if that's what you want to do. I know me and my sister did. But let me tell you one thing. Sabrina, when you sang that song, you wrote a song about your sister and you sang it to her. Remember that time you did that in California? You made me cry. I had a lump in my throat. It was the most beautiful song I have ever heard in my life. The way that you feel about your sister. I mean, Scarlett, I'll say, do you remember that? And the next thing you know, 95% of the time, they end up hugging and forgetting the fight. I didn't take the fight away from them. I just ignored the losses and made firm the wins, and it works. So I want you to look at how you can build your partner's strengths and not continue to destroy them during these times. Let's say, okay, this, for instance, happens to be one of my strengths, okay? It's something I feel very strongly about, and I'm only using this as an example because I am very confident in this, and because Grant and I have such a great relationship and we have each other's back. So I'm going to use this example because this is an example that I feel very comfortable sharing with, okay? But let's pretend in pretend land. I have to stress that because I know that there are some people out there that could take this literally. But I just want to reiterate this as an example. I have always been very honest and transparent with you guys. And so, again, if this were the case, I would tell you. However, again, this is not the case. But if it were, let's say my strength is that I am a very, very good mother. Am I perfect? By all means, no. Have I made mistakes? By all means, yes. But I know that I'm a good mother because I know what my intentions are. And I know that I would do anything to love and protect my children. And not only my children, but any children for that matter, honestly. But let's say you are playing this game of boredom with your spouse and you start trying to attack their strengths. So let's say one spouse says, well, you're not a good parent. Or they say something like, well, you're a good parent when you want to be a parent. You're a good parent when you want to be a parent. Like, do you understand that the things that you say cause damage? Like a statement like that could cause damage, especially if it were to come to a person who really has as their stable datum, as the thing that they operate with, that they are a good parent. So, even if the other parent thought that, how can you make firm the wins and ignore the losses with that one little statement? How could you do, rather than say, you're a good parent when you want to be, or you're not a good parent, period. I don't know what people are telling each other, but this was the example I came up with that I'm like, okay, that would be enough, is enough for me. How could you make firm the wins and ignore the losses in that case? Rather than saying a heinous statement like that to the person that you love, that you are in a partnership with, that you trust, you're going to be a friend with, whether it's convenient or not, you're going to have their back whether they're present or not. What would be more appropriate to do rather than to say something like that, which only seeks to destroy? Remember, I'm trying to create and build empires. I'm not interested in what you guys do, or myself included, to destroy empires. That is not why we do the Gianni show. So, a better way that you could come up with to solve your problem, if you were to really take responsibility for your partner, if you thought they were lacking in parenting skills, would be to say, let's say you thought the parent wasn't spending enough time with the children. Okay, so at night, rather than the two watching the TV time, the parent who had the opinion about the other parent, rather than making the announcement, why not just turn off the TV? Here's an example. Turn off the TV and say, you know, you are an incredible mother or father, whatever the role is. You are an incredible mother. I love how you take care of our children. I love to watch you play with our children. It really brings me joy. Why don't we turn off the TV and go create a fun family night with the kids right now? Could that help you rather than what you're doing? Why are we so dead set in attacking each other and making each other wrong all the time? How can we start to think differently and really start to change the behaviors that we have with each other as partners? It's not easy. I'm not saying this is going to be easy, but it requires a decision to make things better. It requires a decision to build an empire. It requires a decision to take responsibility for your partner. And if they're not living up to their expectations, how can you, in not a make wrong way, but how can you solve your problem so that everyone wins? How can you make firm the wins and ignore the losses? And really use this time, this quarantine time that is stressing the majority of people out, I think. I don't think I'm that out of touch with what other people are feeling. My consensus is there are 99% of the people have experienced stress at one point or another during this whole pandemic. How can you use this to make yourselves, your partners, true friends? How can you work on your foundation right now? How can you? Do you need to say no to the people that are talking about them behind your back? Do you have to say, that is my partner? You are not allowed to talk to me about my partner, especially when they are not present. Are you willing to have the courage to stand up to your best friends to your family? Are you willing to be a true friend? So these are the things that I'm working on now. Obviously, not that scenario again. But I'm working on how I can be a better friend to my husband. That doesn't mean we are just friends. I want to clarify that. That is not the end game. Okay? I don't want to be friends with my husband. I want my husband to be my husband, the only man that I am with on an intimate level. However, it's okay to backtrack things and really take this time to strengthen the foundation, because there's a lot coming at us right now. We're under an invisible war. That's what they're calling it. There are attacks. We, as a couple, need to fortify even stronger during this time if we want to make it out of this stronger, bigger, badder, and more unstoppable on the other side. So no matter where you're at in your relationship, you can always find ways to become a better friend and a true friend, and not rest on your laurels or, oh, we're so in love, we're in the in love phase. Even you, how can you find ways to implement strategies today that will set your foundation up for the future, and to be able to sustain and withstand the hits that will come to you inevitably through this thing we call life, which is not always an easy or fun time. But will you be a friend? Will you have each other's back? It's one thing to say it, it's another thing to live it. So thank you all for being here on the Gianni show today. I'll mention a couple of things here. We have my 10X Ladies Call. That's tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All my 10X ladies out there that want to register for this, it is a free Zoom call. I've organized this group to be surrounded by other like-minded women around the world who are determined to live up to their full potential, take responsibility for the power that they possess as women, and to make a difference not only for themselves, but for their families and their communities. And we have this Zoom call every Wednesday to navigate through these times together and figure it out. So if you want to join that, it's 10xladies.com/network. Also, I'm hosting, tonight will be the introductory call for the mastermind group. I'm having a very elite, my elite empire builders only, a 5-week private coaching call. The introductory call again takes place tonight. If you want to register and sign up for that, I have a 5-week coaching with a private Facebook group. And then we are going to meet here at the Cardone Capital Headquarters June 6th and June 7th, if we are allowed to do that, if we don't have to push it back a week or two, June 6th or June 7th. If you want to sign up for that, go to ElenaCardone.com/mastermind. I have drastically reduced the prices on that so that money won't hinder your decision in that, but that you could really use this time and energy to build your empires during these times. So again, Grant is at the office shooting amazing content for Cardone University. It's being added to the platform. If you're not already on Cardone University, I strongly recommend it. It's what got us through the last recession. It's going to be what gets us through whatever they're calling this, recession, depression, I'm not sure, pandemic. It will be the thing that gets us through this time. So if you haven't already checked out Cardone University, please do yourself a favor and do that. So Thank you so much for being on watching the Gianni show, and we'll see you next time. All right, guys. So many of you stayed on for so long. That is so cool. Thank you so much for understanding that I couldn't respond or see what you were saying. Great show. Thanks, Raquel. Yeah, just hope that was appropriate for the times. I feel it is. And I hope you got something out of that. If anyone wants to request, okay, I see a request, let's go in. If anyone has a question or wants to talk, let's just do that now. So how about we bring in Shelby O'Hara. Where are y'all from today? Let me know where y'all are from. Are we global, US? Where are we? Hey, Shelby.
Hi.
Hi.
Wow, how fun.
Good.
I'm driving to Sacramento because there's only one gun store open in our area and it's 2.5 hours away.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and I just took a beginning pistol course 2 weeks ago, and now I want a rifle.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite.
I'm dressed for work just in case it takes a while.
Oh, that's so great. So what do you do for work?
I own my own practice. It's 22 years old this July. I developed a technique where I break scar tissue for plastic surgery and breast cancer reconstruction patients.
Wow.
So I make things look beautiful, and ideally you should not look like you've had surgery.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. And congratulations for being in business for so long. That's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for joining in today. You look so beautiful. I'm jealous that you're out and about. Maybe we go take a drive.
You know? It really is helping. Yeah, like I've got my puppy with me. I just had to get out of the house.
Yeah, I know. We've been taking drives. We're just driving around. I mean, we can't just stay in all day. I don't think it's healthy, you know? So
no, but I have to thank you. You guys have been online every day, and it's just, I'm listening to your audiobooks, and it just, to stay on the pulse, to stay in touch with you guys via these live videos, it's so generous of you, and just confirms again how you're really here to help people, and I'm here to help people too, so I just really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. Well, Gerald wants to know what's the name of your practice before we end this call.
It's just my name, Shelby. This is my personal account that I'm calling in from, but it's Shelby Howard O'Hara, and I've never had an online presence in 22 years because it's just not necessary. Every doctor in my area refers patients to me. I've never had to advertise. And now I just finished If You're Not First, You're Last. And I thought, wow, this is such an incredible book. I even told everyone on my Instagram that if they buy it and don't get something out of it, I will Venmo the money that they paid, because it's bullshit, sorry, if they don't get something out of it. And I just think, I mean, yeah, I've never had to do sales, but what if I have to do them now? Like, what a great time to be using this time to be getting new skills. And just, I need to train people to do what I do. I can't be at the table 12 patients a day anymore. It's not smart. I work hard, not smart. So I have to figure out how to do that, and I have no idea. So I'm just like a sponge for your guys' information so that I can hopefully learn that. I mean, I want to help people, but I also want to make more money.
Yeah. Well, you're doing the right thing by reading the books, and Grant has so much content that, you know, by listening to it, I'm sure you've already had more ideas and things kind of come to you, and that's
huge.
Keep happening more and more the more that you invest time and energy in yourself to, you know, self-educate yourself, self-enhancement. None of that can hurt you.
And that example you gave today about the husband or wife not spending time with the children, and instead of directly speaking to that, making an example instead of, oh, hey, you know, you're such a great parent. I love to see you with the kids. Why don't we go play with them? Like, that is so smart. Like, that should be everywhere. Every single human being needs to hear that as an example of how to communicate. Like, that could be so great. Oh, and can you create a dating app? Because it's really hard to. That was my other request. I have a new business for you guys.
Well,
please make a dating app.
well, you know, I'm writing a men's manual right now.
I know.
How to find the girl, how to keep the girl, how to build an empire with the girl. And then I'm going to turn around and write one for my ladies. And each
Awesome.
side has so many exercises that I've given that maybe down the line, if it kind of goes somewhere, maybe I do. Like, hey, have you been through this course? Have you been through that course? Okay, if you have, maybe we'll have a social gathering if we ever have that again. Or maybe it's a virtual, or maybe, you know, maybe it is some sort of 10x dating site. I don't know. But I won't rule it out. I love this idea.
Okay.
I've been playing Cupid my whole life. I love to set
I'm ready.
couples up.
I'm ready.
I do. I love it. Grant's always like, will you mind your own business? So I have to like kind of go behind his back sometimes. So I try to set people up because I don't want to be nosy Nelly, but I do love Cupid. So anyway, thanks for joining, okay?
Thanks for letting me.
Oh, you're welcome. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
So Annie wants to know, is my book going to be in Spanish? My Empire book, this one, Build an Empire, How to Have It All, is in Spanish. If you go to elenacardone.com/empire, if someone could post it down, elenacardone.com/empire. Actually, this book is free right now. But if you want the Spanish version, it is available, and it is at elenacardone.com/empire. Rock just put it in there. She's got my back. She's a true friend. Thank you, Rock. And I'm going to wrap up. Tonight, I will be doing my 10X Ladies call. If you want to sign up for that, it's free. 10xladies.com/network. I'll be speaking to my awesome women at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope you can all make it. Register, and then we'll email you the Zoom link, and then we'll go at 6, okay? And if you do register but you can't make it at 6, we send out the recording of our conversation either the next day or the day after. So don't worry, you can still see it if you sign up and register. Also, lastly, if you want to join the mastermind that I'm doing, my 5-week coaching call starts on Monday, but tonight at 8 p.m., I'm going to have the introductory call with just the elites, the Empire elites that are in my mastermind. 5-week coaching plus the Facebook, private Facebook, plus we're going to meet for 2 days here at the Miami headquarters. That's my mastermind on June 6th and June 7th. If you're interested in that, go to elenacardone.com/mastermind. And then I'll see you tonight at that. So peace out. I love y'all. Have a great day, okay? And I will be seeing my Empire Elites at 8, my 10X Ladies at 6, and the rest of you, I'll see you when I see you. Bye.